different words on this topic, success. Just give me a minute, something is popping up on the screen. Yes. I decided to use certain words. I selected some words on this particular topic. I selected these words in step 3. I said hard work, security, power, lovable, health, pride, commitment, performance, persistence, quality, and survival. These were the words that came in my mind when I selected the topic. I wrote down all those words, whatever came in my mind. Now, out of these words, I am going to select few words to build up my topic. Now, how I will select those 3 words? I will keep my mind on the topic success and see what are these words, what are these most important words which can bring success to everyone's life. I'll pick those words from here. So what I have done today, I have picked up 3 words from these words. You can pick up 4, 5, 2, 1. It's your choice. There's no compulsion in what words you pick up. I just decided to pick up 3 words because I thought that these 3 words are most essential for any person to be successful in life. Now let us see those 3 words in my next slide. My next slide shows these 3 words. Point 1, hard work. Point 2, persistence. And point 3, performance. This was the selection of my points. When I talked to you in the beginning about point and pillar technique, the points were these, which you can see on the screen. I chose these 3 points to build up the story of success, or to find out the secret of success and show you how you can be successful by following these 3 formulas in your life. If you follow these 3 formulas in life, you will 100% be successful. Now the next step would be that I will build pillars on these 3 points. Now how will I build those pillars? What I'm going to do is, I'm going to again select some sub-points on all these 3 words: hard work, persistence, and performance. I'll pick up some subtopics on these points. Let us see what subtopics I have selected. Now, if you look here, your pillars are ready. Point 1, I selected hard work. Under the hard work, I built 3 pillars. The first pillar says, easier way is hard. The second pillar says, overcome obstacles. Third says, desire. So under hard work, I'm going to talk to you about these 3 pillars. My second point is persistence. In persistence, I have again selected 3 pillars: decision to finish, patience, willingness. And the third point, performance, again I selected 3: passion, positive belief, and quality. I have selected 3 pillars under each point. So I have built up my speech by using the point and pillar technique. Similarly, you can pick up any topic. You can develop words, keywords on it, pick out from the keywords certain words, maybe 2 words, 3 words, 1 word, build up pillars on that word, and your basic design of your speech is ready now. Wasn't that easy? Wasn't that, we all build this up in 5 minutes? With practice, of course. Maybe the first time when you're doing it, you may take 10 to 15 minutes, but over the years when you're practicing, you will be able to build up this design. Now, by building up this design, what happens? you are controlling your speech. Your speech would be within these parameters. It will not go out of it. You will remain within this particular area. And that is what is required for a very good speech. You have to speak on the topic, be on the topic, and also manage your time given to you on that particular topic. So this is how we use the point and pillar theory to design the content. Now, after making the points and pillars, what is the next task? The next task would be that what am I going to speak on these pillars? I have written over there, easier way is hard. What does it really mean? The audience will think, oh my God, I don't know what she means by this. Overcome obstacle. She's not explained to me how to overcome obstacles. So we need to now build up our speech on these pillars. Now let us see one by one how we can build some clippings on these pillars. See, when you are talking about these pillars, you can add a lot of variety, lot of interest in your speech. Now, what are those variety or interest that I'm talking about? See, you can tell a story to prove your point. You can take out something with the history and narrate some incidents. You can talk about some statistics, on that particular point. You can narrate a fact. You can put some good quotations on it. You can talk about some person who has been able to overcome certain factors, whatever I'm talking on pillars. So there are so many things you can add. You can put some illustrations. So there are a lot of these things now what you need to add. You really speaking, now we are going to beautify our speech. Beautify the speech in such a manner that it will be appealing to my audience. My audience will listen to it attentively. My audience would enjoy it and will take something out of my workshop back home to practice and to learn, and will add on to their skills. They will become more skilled after this workshop. That should be my objective of this particular workshop. So let us see these points one by one. Now my next slide. What I did with the word hard work is I built it into a phrase. Hard work brings commitment. So I am making sure that this particular hard work will bring a commitment within us to succeed. So I phrased it in such a manner so that the word hard work is better understood by the audience. Now the pillar that I took first one was easier way is hard. Now to explain this word, I've taken a picture. You can see the picture. A beautiful bird is singing a song, isn't it? So there's a story behind this. There was this bird which was living in a jungle, got up early morning, caught the worms, ate to her heart content, and moved from branch to branch, singing merrily all day long. Days passed on, she was singing very merrily, she was enjoying her life. One fine day, a part of the forest was cleared for farming. A farmer came along. Now the farmer saw this beautiful bird having lovely feathers, used to sing so wonderfully. The farmer decided, oh, I must do something for this bird. Every day in the morning, he started taking grains for the bird. The bird ate the grains. The bird was also very happy. Oh my God, my job is very simple. I get food every day. I don't need to work for it. And she started enjoying her life. And in return, the farmer asked for a feather. Every day, the bird had to give a feather from its coat. Now, it became an easy way for the bird. But there came a day after many months that the bird lost many of its feathers. It was unable to fly. It was not very happy. So it didn't like to sing. It became weak. And finally, the bird died. So easier way is hard. So don't take shortcuts if you want to succeed in life. That is what I want to tell by this particular pillar, that easier way is hard. So when I take up a story like this and I explain my phrase to the audience in such a simplified manner, then my message becomes very clear. So we have to make our message very clear in the speech that we are building for the audience. Next in hard work pillar was overcome obstacles. Now we all come across lot of hurdles, lot of influences, lot of problems in our life by which we forget our goal. But remember, obstacles are there for everyone. Nobody is free from obstacle. But there are certain people in life who overcome those obstacles. Now, there was this biology teacher who was teaching our students to observe and see how a butterfly came out of a cocoon. So she left the cocoon on the table and went on to do her work and told the students, you only have to see, please do not touch the cocoon. The students were observing, and during the observation, what did they see? That the butterfly is struggling and struggling and struggling and inside the cocoon and is not able to come out. So what one of the boys did, he took a little pencil and made a little hole, punched a little hole in that cocoon. Suddenly what happened? The butterfly was able to break the cocoon. The butterfly came out. It fluttered for a little while. And finally, after some time, it died. So this tells you that all the obstacles have to be overcome by ourselves. If somebody else is going to overcome our obstacle, then we will not be able to succeed. So overcoming obstacles yourself is another art of succeeding in life. Now, the third pillar that I have taken is desire. Now, when you start working hard for something, somewhere down the line, there starts a desire on you to reach that particular goal. You want that something that you're working hard for very badly. The day you want it very badly, the day you desire that thing so badly that you succeed. Now you can see on the slide, and all of you must be knowing who this person is. He is the famous philosopher Socrates. Now Socrates was one day walking down the river, at the side of the river, and a man happened to stop him and ask him, sir, can you tell me the secret of your success? The man thought that he would get something to hear, something special to hear. But what happened? Socrates said, okay, you come and walk with me. So the man walked with him, kept on walking, kept on walking. Finally, Socrates entered the river. He entered the river. The man also entered the river behind him. When they were in the middle of the river, Socrates pulled down that man into the water straight. And that man got a shock. Why is he pulling me in the water? He struggled hard to come out of the water. But Socrates didn't leave his hold. Finally, that man struggled so hard that Socrates had to leave his hold, and the person came out and gasped for air. So he said, so I asked you a simple question. What is the, message that you want to give me to succeed in life? And what you have done with me? He said, this is what I told you, this is my answer. He said, how? I said, the day you desire something so badly, when you were inside the water, you desired air very, very badly. There was a burning desire in you that you have to save yourself, and you needed air to breathe, to save yourself. So the burning desire that I created within you is the secret of success. The day you desire something so badly, you will succeed in your life. So the three pillars that you see that are built up on hard work, brings commitment, could explain and could motivate you to think that hard work, yes, is one of the key to success. And it comes through commitment, and that commitment comes through these three pillars. So now let us come to the second point. My second point was persistence. Now, persistence has a lot of power. Anyone who can develop this particular power in himself or herself, I can assure you, will definitely reach the goal. If you want to be a good public speaker, you must develop this power of persistence. You can see there, up there in the picture, there's a woodpecker who is making a hole in the tree trunk and building a nest. So what she does, it takes her days, to build that little nest. She just keeps on pecking with her nose in the tree trunk. Pecking, 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 and one day that nest is ready. Now, this is what we call power of persistence. Now, let us come to the first pillar on this particular point, decision to finish. When you will develop the power of persistence within you, you will also develop the decision to finish the task that you have taken. You can see in the picture, some athletes are running. They are running a race, maybe Commonwealth Games, maybe Olympics, I do not know, but they are running a race. But what happens? An athlete prepares for years together for this particular race, which is just a 5 minutes race. Just for 5 minutes, they are putting their full effort, and they have decided that I have to finish the race and I have to come at this particular first or second or third, whatever that position is. So when you develop the decision to finish, your power of persistence increases. But what do you need for this? Now, when I talked about athlete, or if I talk about any actor in this field, audience generally relate to the film industry more. So you take the life history of any actor, how much they have been, trying fully to reach the end. They go to Bombay, they live there for years together, they fail, they again fail, there are so many obstacles, and ultimately they have that power of decision to finish. So that is why they succeed. Those who give up midway, those who don't move ahead, what happens to them? They fall back and they can never finish or never reach their goal. Now, for this decision to finish, what do you need? That's my second pillar. You need lot of patience, lots and lots of patience. If you have patience, you will automatically develop the power of persistence. You can see in the picture, there's a storyboard. You all know this lovely story of the golden goose and the little boy. One day, this boy found a golden goose. This goose used to lay one golden egg every day. And initially, he was very happy with that one golden egg. He sold it in the market and, he became rich. You all know that story. But what did he do one fine day? He cut the golden goose, thinking that I am going to get so many golden eggs together. With the result, he lost that one golden egg which he was getting every day. Why? Because he lacked patience. So patience is a very important virtue which we all must possess, which we all must have. Without patience, we cannot reach to the power of persistence. Now coming to the next pillar, willingness. You must have the willingness in life to take risk. By this I mean that if you are scared, oh my God, if I speak in the public, people will laugh at me. If I'm unable to pronounce that word properly, my God, what will happen? If I just stop in between and I cannot move ahead in my speech. Oh my God, it'll be such a shame for me. All these factors stop you from taking risk. You must be positive. You must say, no, I am willingly to take risk to stand up on the stage this time and speak before a large audience. You may make some mistakes, no problem. Mistakes are okay. Everyone makes mistakes, but you will start gaining the confidence. You will start enjoying it after some time, and you will start learning that wonderful art. And once you possess this particular tool, see how you rise in your life, how you get good promotions, how you stand in places of authority, how you socially influence people. You must have seen good speakers, they socially influence people like anything. Now, this little picture shows a farmer. A farmer is sitting in the field and is thinking, my God, this season, what should I grow? Shall I grow rice? Then the second thought comes to him. No, no. This time I think it will not rain that much. If I grow rice, my crop will fail. What do I do? Oh, let me think. Maybe I'll grow corns. The corn crop will be okay. But then he thinks, oh, if it won't rain, if it will be a dry season, lot of insects will come. And if insects will come, they will eat my corn. What is the use? I'll be wasting my money. So I will not grow corns. Then what should I do? Then he thinks, let me play safe this time. I'll keep my field barren. Look, you can see in the picture, the field is barren. I'll keep my field barren and I will not grow anything. So in the process, what did he do? He stopped taking risk. His willingness to take risk was zero. With the result, where did he land up? Nowhere. He could move no further in whatever aim or whatever goal he had in his life. And he lost that particular opportunity. So never ever lose any opportunity of public speaking. Prepare your speech, develop it, and move ahead. Rest will all work for you automatically. So this power of persistence, you need 3 factors: decision to finish, patience, and willingness to take risk. Now let us come to the third point. My third point was performance. I phrased it in a different manner. I wrote pride of performance. Whenever we perform well, don't we feel nice about it? Whenever you do a task very well, we feel very nice inside. We feel, wow, we have done a good job today. So we have to take pride in whatever we are doing, in whatever field we are. If we have that pride in us, we will give the best in our performance. So how will the pride of performance come? It will come when you will have passion for the work that you are doing. If you don't have passion for the work that you are doing, then you will never have pride of performance. Now, this passion is very essential. You must love the work that you are doing. Now, in the picture, you can see a bricklayer laying bricks. He looks so happy, isn't it? There are 3 kinds of people in this world. Some do the work just for the sake of it. Others do the work, okay, I have to do it. I have to earn something. And third are the people who do it because they love their work. So we must take public speaking skill as a passion. Then only we can achieve success. There were these 3 big bricklayers, and one person was passing by. And that person asked the first bricklayer, what are you doing? He answered, can't you see? I am laying bricks. He moved on, the passer moved on. He asked the second bricklayer, "What are you doing?" He said, "Sir, I'm building a wall." He went to this third one, which you can see in the picture, and he asked him, "What are you doing, sir?" He brightly answered, "I'm building a beautiful house." So see how three people are taking pride in their performance. So the one who was the last one who said, "I'm building a home," he was very passionate about his work. He loved his work to the
Guatemala.
he is he won. Coming to positive belief. Now, passion will only come when we have a positive belief in us. Now, what is that positive belief? Positive belief is something which comes before positive thinking. When you believe in something, only then you will think positively. So it is totally different from positive thinking. So you must inculcate in yourself a positive belief. The Wright brothers in the picture had a positive belief in them. If we can build an aeroplane or we can build an instrument which will tomorrow fly in the sky. They had this belief. They built the aeroplane, they made the aeroplane fly, the aeroplane crashed to the ground, and this happened again and again and again and again with them. But yet they did not leave modifying their plane. They kept on modifying, they kept on trying to understand what is it that is not making my plane fly? What is it that my plane is only flying for a short distance and crashing? What's happening? So what every time they try to understand the problem and rectify the problem. Why they could do this? They had this positive belief in them that yes, I can one day make the plane fly. And tomorrow and today their name outshines in the history as the brothers who invented the aeroplane. Let me tell you, all inventions of the world, all inventors, all scientists, all philosophers, all people, researchers of this world have found out something new, have invented something new, only because they had this positive belief in them. This positive belief was so strong in them that if they were able to create something. And once this positive belief is there, automatically the quality increases. Whatever work you are doing, your quality will come automatically. You don't need to do anything about it. You just need to be passionate. You just need to believe in what you are doing, and the quality will be there. In the slide, under the over the quality, I put a picture. That picture is of a chapel in the Vatican City. Now you can see how the ceiling and the walls of the chapel is beautifully painted. Now, do you know who this painter was? He was a very famous painter about whom most of you must have read, Michelangelo. Michelangelo was the person who painted this work. Similarly, from centuries, we have been reading about Shakespeare. You know Shakespeare, I know Shakespeare. My generation next will come, they'll know Shakespeare. How? Because he wrote the dramas, the poetry so very well that even today we read it. It is there in our textbooks and we know about this person. So when we are performing with pride, this is what is the outcome. The outcome is so beautiful that sometimes you will ponder yourself on the wonderful performance that you have given. Oh my God, did I do this? Was I capable of this? You know, this is what happens sometimes with all of us. No, we are surprised at ourselves. Oh my, God, this was a lovely thing that I did. But remember, if you go back and check yourself, you will find some of these qualities definitely in you. Only then you were able to do this so very beautifully. So, pride of performance, this was my third point. Now, coming to the next point, just a minute, I am in next slide. Give me a minute, please. There's some, okay. Now, this is how I build my point and pillar theory, and I delivered a speech in front of you. Similarly, you can build your speeches in the same manner. You can take 2 points, maybe 4 points, 1 pillar in each, maybe 2 points, 4 pillars in each. It depends on you how, and when you're writing a speech, how you can get to this wonderful points. But remember, the topic should be explanatory as far as the points and pillars are concerned. Now, sometimes when we are making the point and pillar theory, we tend to forget something very, very important, very, very essential, without which our speech is incomplete. So I decided to take one more point. And you can see in the slide, the heading, do not be afraid of failures. We always fear a lot of things in our life. And that is why we're not able to perform. When we are scared, oh, if I do this, this will happen. If I do this, this will happen. Let me tell you, every successful story has a failure behind it. Who is successful today might have failed many times in their lives before being successful. You can see the picture. There's a man in the picture with a bulb on his side. He is Thomas Edison, the famous person who invented the bulb. Now, this man, you will be surprised. He failed to make the bulb 10,000 times. 10,000 times he failed. But he had that positive belief that one day I'll be able to invent the bulb. And he invented this bulb. All the electricity that we see around us is his invention. But this is what happens. So never be scared of failures. Failures are the stepping stone to this. Failures give you the ability to bounce back. Everyone fails in their life in something or the other. But what we must develop in ourselves is an ability to bounce back. Can you all see the first picture? This first picture is a very famous person. Some of you must have also guessed what his name is. But his history began as a very, very normal person. He was a very normal man, a very, very normal man who failed in business at the age of 21. He was defeated in legislative elections at the age of 22. Then he thought elections are not for me. He again started his business. But what happened? He failed. At that time, he was 24 years of age. Then somebody very close to him, near and dear, died at the age of 26. He went in depression, anxiety, stress. Again, he came out of it at the age of 34. Now he was 34 years old. He said, no, let me again stand for election. Some elections were there, Congress elections were there, and he stood for this election at the age of 34. What do you think happened? He failed. Again, he thought, no, I have to succeed. He stood for senatorial elections. Again, what happened? He failed. Now he was of 45 years of age. He thought, no matter what, I am again going to use that theory of burning desire, which I just told you, Socrates' story. And I'm again going to stand for the election of vice president. Just see the power of persistence in him. He was failing in all the elections. And now he says, no, I want to become vice president of this country. So let me again strive hard. So at the age of 47, he stood for the vice president elections. And do you know what happened? Yes, he failed. Again, he failed. So he said, oh no, I have to do something. After few years, there was the senatorial election. He stood for that election. Again, he lost it. Now he was of the age of 49 years. He said, no matter how, I'm going to again try and make myself successful. Then at the age of 52 years, he ran the race of presidential election. And do you know what happened? At the age of 52, he was elected as the president of USA. A very famous president in the history of that country, the history of the world. His name was Abraham Lincoln. Now you see the failure story. How many times he failed. For how many years continuously he failed. His life was passing away. He was getting older and older. But he did not leave his passion. He did not leave his positive belief. And he became successful. Such is the power of persistence, hard work, and the power of performance. That you will definitely succeed. In the center of my slide, there's this wonderful picture. I think all children, everybody know this picture and they love this picture. It's a picture of Disney World. You know, we all want to one day to go to Disneyland and see how it is. But do you know this Disney World, which was built by Walt Disney, how did his story began? He became an editor. He went to various interviews, various newspaper offices, a lot of media centers, and he was rejected from everywhere. One fine day, he was sitting in the church, praying on Sunday as usual. Some person, some priest in the church saw him and understood that he is an editor, so they gave him a small job of editing something for them. He was given a small shed to work in. That office was a small shed. Now, when he was working in that office, he happened to see a mouse because that shed was infected with mice. So what happened? Looking at the mouse, he got inspired. He started the series Mickey Mouse, and then he built this Disney World. He became a very famous person. So every big success starts from a small beginning. Remember this: never be disheartened, never feel down in your life. You just need a small beginning. For public speaking also, you just need a small beginning. Let me tell you, I started my public speaking right at the time when I started my career. But I was a beginner. I used to shiver in my shoes when I stood in front of the mic. I used to memorize my speech totally and then speak. I used to memorize it plenty of times. Sometimes I used to falter also. But I continued doing it. So what happened? One fine day, I had the confidence to speak. And I learned the art of public speaking. So you all are good speakers. You all are great teachers. And all teachers are good public speakers. You can further enhance your speech by just building up the design and the delivery of your speech. Now, coming to the last slide, of the design of the speech is conclusion. Now, what did we conclude after listening to all this? We concluded that we need to work hard because it will bring commitment in our life. We need to be persistent because this will give us a power in ourselves, and we will not resist anything. Third is pride of performance. We will have a pride and passion in whatever we are doing. We'll start enjoying that work and we'll succeed. Now, after this is the last point of designing of the speech, that is call to action. Once you have taught the audience how to design your speech, then you must either ask them to do something or to think something or ask them some questions. Now, what we can do and do something. You can, after your workshop, you can tell them, okay, let's write a speech on the topic you love. Or you can tell them, think of something on this, on a topic you love, and speak for 2 minutes on the mic. Or you can put some questions to them, which will make them confident in public speaking. So this is how you can design a speech. Now, the whole design, I put it on this slide. Now, when we designed the content, we started with an opening hook. The opening hook was the facts and myths that I talked about. Then, of course, came the introduction, where I talked about two main parts of the speech, design and delivery. Then I explained to you how to create the body of the speech through the point and pillar technique. Then came the conclusion and then call to action. If you take care of these points, you can write or script a very good speech. So this is how you design your speech. Now let us come to the second part. The second part is delivery. Half your job is done once you have designed your speech. Now, what are the points that we must remember while delivering our speech? That is equally important. So let us see those and let us understand those. Delivery of the speech. Delivery is when you are on the podium giving your speech. You're talking to the audience. Now, words. Words hold a great meaning. Words are very important while delivering your speech or designing your speech. You must choose your words very wisely. You must use very, very effective words. I just taught you how to choose the words effectively. Remember in the beginning when we chose randomly so many words on the topic, and from that we selected some keywords. Those are effective words. And then those effective words we developed into phrase to make them more meaningful. And when you have designed your speech yourself, your expressions will come automatically. You will be able to express them very nicely. That is also very essential in your delivery. Now, besides the words, there are three main points that you must take care of while delivering your speech. One is volume. Volume is what we hear. Second is clarity. Clarity of the speech is what we understand here. People are listening, but if it is not reaching here, if the clarity is not there, then that your speech will not be that meaningful. And thirdly, add variety. You just saw the variety and interest that we were adding into the speech. Now, volume. What is it about the volume that you must keep in mind while speaking? The first one is check your speed. Speed means see the audience that you are talking to, and please check whether everybody is able to hear you clearly or not. You should not talk in a shrieking voice, definitely, but you should be heard till the last point. Only then people will imbibe your speech. The second is vary your pitch, your tone, which goes up and down. Sometimes it is in between. That pitch you have to take care of. You must have seen in life, a lot of people, they speak so beautifully. You feel as if you want to hear them more and more and more and more, isn't it? Because they have some natural flow in talking. You remember Ramayana? We all have seen Ramayana. So you all know that character from Ramayana, Ravan. Everybody feels Ravan was a very evil person, because so much has been put into it that we only remember his evil deeds. But if you see the history, Ravan was one person who used to recite the Vedas so rhythmically that people from far and wide used to join him to listen to his Vedas. His voice was so sweet. He was a very great learned man. So that is how you have to use your pitch. If you don't have a good pitch, no problem. You can develop it gradually. Once you keep giving speeches and keep listening to your own speeches, you will be able to check your speed, where are your pitch, and remember the utmost thing that is important is use your pauses effectively. Pauses effectively means that you have to pause at the right place. If there's an important point that you are stressing, then you must give a deep pause. Sometimes you must give a small pause. So you have to use your pauses effectively. I'll give you an example here. Example of our ex-Prime Minister, Atal Bihari Vajpayee. He was very famous for his pauses. If you just go back on the internet and you just check after this workshop, you will find that whenever he used to speak, he used to suddenly become quiet and used to close his eyes and think for a minute or so, and just jerk his head sideways. That was his art of giving a pause. He wanted the full attention of the whole of the parliament towards him. So he used this pause very, very effectively. Now we come to clarity. For clarity of speech, you need to pronounce the words properly. For that, you need practice. There are some words we are not able to pronounce. Not everybody is able to pronounce all the words of the dictionary. It is not possible. So what we do is we use alternative words. We use synonyms. We can use some other words, instead of that, which we are confident in pronouncing. So pronunciation should be correct. Then in your speech, there should be emphasis on certain words, which I mentioned earlier, keywords. Keywords are very important. And choose your expression. This expression also you can practice. Now coming to variety. I've already showed you how you can use variety by giving examples, stories, expert opinions, quotes. You can also crack a joke. You can show a video. So many things you can use. Besides this also what I have just shown on the screen, you can use much more variety. With the internet coming in, we have got ample opportunities of using variety. Variety increases the interest of the audience. So do use a lot of variety in your speech. Now, what is the last thing that we need to do? The 3 P's: prepare, practice, and personalize. Preparation, I've already taught you. Practice. Now, I've written over there the different ways that you can practice in. You can practice in front of the mirror. You can make a video and see it. You can practice while you're taking a bath. You can record and re-record your speech and listen to it and make it better every time. So there are different other ways also in which you can practice. But do practice daily. Make it a regular feature. Decide that I will practice every week or 2 days in a week, or I will do it daily, depending on the time that you have. The most important point is personalize. You need to personalize your speech. Never take up a speech and just read it. Never make other people write your speech and then you just read it. If you're asking somebody else to write your speech, you don't have time, no problem. Or if you have an expert, all the politicians, they get their speech written by somebody else because they don't have time. They don't have all that variety of statistics and other factors. So what they do is, they don't read the speech directly. They personalize it and read it in their own language. That will give you a winning edge in public speaking if you do that. And then the last and foremost important thing, conquer your nerves. Everybody is nervous when doing public speaking. So when you are doing public speaking and you feel nervous, then you check on these 4 factors. You must know your audience beforehand. Whom are you going to address? Prepare your material beforehand. Structure of your presentation. That is the point and pillar technique. And your nerves will automatically calm down. So this is how you can prepare your speech. And lastly, a wonderfully delivered speech can transform a normal person into a leader. We are all leaders in our field. We can further become great leaders by this wonderful skill that we have in our hand, what we call public speaking. I hope I'm able to give our audience today something more on public speaking. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. It was very nice.
Thank you, ma'am.
For a great audience, awesome audience, That's why I was able to deliver. See, audience also matters a lot. I had a very receptive, very awesome, very wonderful audience. So I enjoyed talking to all of you. And remember, public speaking is all about talking. You're just talking.
Hello. Hello,
Yes.
organizer.
Ma'am,
I have a request to make. Please, third day PPT, please share it. That is so
For
informative.
sure,
I
we will
want to
share
share
the
it with
PPT
my
with you.
students.
Definitely.
Please. Third day.
And
Ma'am,
remember
your
that
session is excellent.
That you share is very important for us.
we will share the PPT with you. And the most important point that I want to tell you here is that PPT has to be very simple. You must have seen I just use few words because for the audience on an online platform, it is very difficult to read everything what is written on the PPT. So you have to just choose few words and put them there. And the job is done and people will enjoy listening to those words and they will see and hear the no questions from anybody? Thank you so much. Please fill the feedback. That would be really nice. I would like to know the feedback and then I will also get some points to improve further because there is no complete expertise in anybody on any skill. We need to improve every day. So please do give me your feedback. I'd be grateful to you. Thank you so much.
It was a wonderful session, ma'am. I learned that technique, pillar to point, and you are
It was really wonderful.
thank you so much, ma'am.
Hello.
Thank you
Ma'am,
so much,
Thank you,
Dr.
ma'am.
Anita, ma'am,
Wonderful session.
for your wonderful presentation. We really enjoyed and glad that we attended your presentation. It was a great pleasure to listen you, your fascinating presentation on public speaking. Now, may I request to Mrs. Rimi Artia ma'am to deliver a vote of appreciation.
A warm and grateful morning, one and all present here. My sincere thanks to Almighty God for making today's event a resounding success. Thank you very much, Dr. Anita Singh, ma'am. We had an opportunity to hear your thoughts on public speaking. This will surely be going. Thank you, entire team and all the participants. Once again, thanks for joining. Daily updates will be given on WhatsApp group, and please fill the feedback form. Have a good day. Thank you.